What's going on, Soul Nation? Ginger Prime here, and I actually want to bring up a subject that is actually bothering me, and I really want to take it to you guys and get your thoughts, especially about the thoughts that I'm having. One of the things I try to do here is just be as honest as I can be when it comes to video games and just my love of video games. And if anybody's new, just kind of stumbling into this video, I never really know how my videos are going to do outside of this community. This isn't a hate on New World video. This isn't a hate on video games video. I'm just going to talk to you guys about the concern I'm having with the free-to-play weekend and just the perception that I'm having with the free-to-play weekend overall, already not necessarily lining up with my expectations. And maybe that's on me, and you can let me know in the comments. But I'm going to show you guys a little bit of data because I love to be at least kind of data-driven to at least a degree outside of just like this is how I feel about it. And I want to get your take because this seems a little bit strange as somebody who absolutely adores this game and will not apologize for loving this game. But first and foremost, as my voice maybe cracks a little bit, you can see here a huge amount of free-to-play servers have been spun up. The only assumption here is they were spun up in the idea of expectation of people coming to play. The thing about the free weekend servers, like I said, is that you can actually join any server you want. You can come play with me on Pleroma for free this weekend. We're going to be playing tonight, probably going to be playing tomorrow. Yeah, because that's just what I like to do. I like to play games when I get the opportunities. So, visibly, free weekend servers are just empty. How empty, you might ask? Looking across all the servers, taking time to total it up, you're looking at 517. Now, obviously, more than 517 people have downloaded the game to come and actually play. We've talked about kind of numbers and hours, and that's actually something I'm going to be interested to look into in the future when we actually have kind of a better look on this. But just at this look alone, if you can't get people to come play your game when it's free, clearly there's a problem. Now, I've stated this multiple times, whether you've heard me say it or not. 18 months plus ago, I was saying that these are the issues that New World's going to face. And as long as they stick to the 3 C's, content, communication, and consistency, then they'll be fine. I stand by that statement because I stand by that statement with any MMO. You look at the MMOs that are out versus the ones that don't, and the ones that don't stick around. There's another factor in here. It's a kind of a uniqueness. Like if you're just making a straight up clone, then there you go. But when it comes down to it, is like all the games and MMOs around had something unique to them, but they also release content. Like even Guild Wars 2 has like a 4th expansion they just announced, and being able to communicate that I think is going to be a huge help. And I think overall with New World, with its roadmap and even more content on the horizon, I think that's going to be even more of a help. But my expectations clearly were wrong. My expectations when it came down to it itself was expecting that the game, it's like that the numbers would be much higher, that the engagement would be much higher. The chatter in game is very positive. The chatter online on Reddit would, for the first time in history with Reddit being positive about the game, I think that's really interesting. I don't think this necessarily bodes into a category of that 1.5 isn't a good update and that the things that have happened up to this with the double XP weekend were mistakes. But actually what I'm feeling is that overall, that with the free-to-play weekend, it's definitely not landing in a way that I think that it should have. And I think that essentially, again, not that they couldn't have free-to-play servers standing by, ready to be spun up for people to come and check out, but they're not doing that. Like they're clearly either going into like existing communities where you'll have like a much more realized experience, or that they were expecting way more people than have shown up currently. Who knows? Maybe they all decide to show up on a Saturday or a Sunday, and that would be cool. And I'd love to be able to follow up on this video with like, hey guys, like, yeah, Friday, Friday evening, that's one thing. And the reason why I think it's important that me make it now is that when we look at time zones, like the UK has had their Friday night. So we would have seen more activity from the UK and already have in this case. So as NA comes up more online, like I honestly would say like it'd be really cool to see them merge these servers already. They were planning on merging these into the existing worlds for the players who are playing on them. But why so many? Like that's what I'd love to know. Was this them over expecting, or is it like, do you think there was a chance? And if there was, like by design, I'd love to know. Like, honestly, it's just like, it's an honest question that I'm continue to bounce around in my mind. But when you factor in again 517 across all these free servers, like, that's not even one server. That's not even one server. Like, imagine funneling those people into the existing servers, or if you just wanted one free weekend server, then like that's one. Like, they hold it at 2,000 right now, current max. They could have, I mean, obviously outside of, like, you could take it to 3, right? You could have your EU, you could have your West, your East, your, SA, all of those different options, etc., with the different, the regions, etc. But that's what I'm getting at. But here we are. That's the story. That's my thoughts on it. It just is honestly kind of weird. And I just wanted to share that with you because I honestly, like I always say, I'm going to try to be honest and open and fair about what I'm feeling and what I'm thinking, as opposed to necessarily trying to sit here and say, like, oh, it's all great. Like, no. Of course, the game still needs development. Of course, like MMOs need people. I don't value concurrency as much as other people do, but that's because I'm not talking about 3 people. Like, a couple of hundred, that actually works out real well. 3 people, like, that's kind of rough. And I don't think that's the best look for the game. I think when you are going in and you're experiencing this beautiful open world and you're not running into other people, unless like those 3 people are your best friends and you're having fun, maybe it is what it is. So guys, that's going to wrap it up. I don't want to waste your time. I hope you have a fantastic weekend. I hope that you do something fun. And I hope you share your thoughts with me when you get around to it. Thanks so much for your time. I hope you have a great one, and I'll see you next time. Take care.
Yeah. It's time to chill out on the couch and read some comments. That's right. You know me when it comes to Destiny. I'm off with a clan, and I'm glad you're feeling better. Oh yeah.